Hey folks, Michael Anthony here. Hey, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope everyone's having a fantastic holiday season. So I am walking down the driveway here. It's a really nice day. It's been brutally cold, which I'm sure many of you have experienced the same the last couple weeks. And it warmed up quite a bit today. So I'm out and about working on some things here. And I want to do a quick video on a habitat land management project. I'm going to be starting in probably around April. So let's start this off with these big, beautiful trees. You see these? So I have these coming all the way up my driveway. These are magnificent Norway spruce trees. So the reason I'm showing these to you is because I have, what do I have, 30 of them coming. I think I ordered, it's like 30 or 40, I think it's 30. And I ordered them for my big old field out here. So if you've seen some of my older videos, I probably talked about some of the old fields I have here. And back here is where the orchard is. So I have the orchard way back there. It's, I don't know, 150, 200 yards back that way. But I have this old field here that follows the edge of the driveway down. And then it hits the property line. I don't know if you could see the telephone pole way out there. That's the corner. It's right near the corner of my property line, the neighbor's property over there, and then the next neighbor who has the big hill back there. But then my fields, my old fields, go all the way back and they circle back this way and then run into the woods that's on my property. So this year I'm going to be doing some food plots out here. I'm also going to be trying to enhance the native seed bed here. I'm going to be disking these fields at some point after the winter, late winter, early spring, and I'm going to try to continue eradicating the cool season grasses, which are invasive. But you could see, look how much cover there is in this old field already, just from the broadleaf plants, forbs, stuff like that. There's some couple shrubs out there. There was a lot of woody growth coming up this past year, so I've only mowed this twice since I've been here. I've almost been here 2 years now. And this early successional growth is excellent food and cover for deer, turkey, quail, rabbits, and everything. So I'm going to be doing probably a 1 acre, 1.5 acre food plot way off on the opposite end of this field. So it's far away from the driveway, it's far away from the road. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do there yet. I have some ideas, so I'll probably do a video on it. I'm going to have to screen that, so I'm going to probably use Egyptian wheatgrass. I know switchgrass could be real good too, but that takes a few years to get established, and I want to make sure I know exactly where my food plots are going to be more on a permanent basis and make sure they work out there before I get into switchgrass or anything else. So Egyptian wheatgrass, it's a perennial, or I'm sorry, it's an annual. So it could possibly come back the second year, but you probably have to replant it. Whereas the switchgrass, once that's established, that gets going, it gets real tall, real thick, and you could have it there long term because it is a perennial. The purpose of this video is to talk about permanent screening for this field. And we'll take a walk out here, but when you get down towards the corner of the field here, you could see at least half of this field from the road. Now this ain't a real busy road at all. It's just a country road, not a lot of traffic. But I do have a neighbor over there, and really good folks. But I want to get some good permanent screening around the perimeter. I'm going to do the Norway spruces. I'm going to plant those. So the ones I ordered, they're only going to be about 2 feet tall, bare root. But here's the thing, the Norway spruce, fastest growing in the spruces. Within a few years, I could have 9-10 foot spruces easily, maybe even taller, maybe even 12 foot. So they grow really fast, they're really hardy. They're deer resistant, so deer aren't going to eat these. They do act as good thermal cover for wildlife. Deer like to bed under these branches. You can see how thick that is in there. I can't even see in there. So I'm going to be planting those on the field edge staggering them out and just making a nice screening cover that's going to go around the entire field, at least the portion that's visible to the driveway, to the road, to the neighbors. And then once we get up over here, it drops off that way, so we won't have to worry about it too much. So let's walk down and I'll at least show it to you where I'm going to be planting these. All right, so we're just walking down here. Amish are flying by. I'm just going to walk down towards the corner of the field here. So there go the Amish. They're just flying down the road. All right, so here's the field. You can see how it kind of crests right up here and then it drops down and it goes right to the road. Here's the driveway, runs up there. You can see I've been keeping the edge of the driveway thick. Got a little tree line that's forming here. Then I got my trail. So as far as the Norway spruce, my plan is to plant them starting right in this section where it's kind of open. I'm going to go down to the corner and then up that edge. You can see all the way up the edge there's a couple of trees out there. There's a sycamore. Then you can see some of the boundary post all the way up to the corner and then out to about that tree there. And so I'm going to have them kind of encircling this whole general area just to cover this. You can see how this drops down. So from the road you could see in there, but you can imagine, you see how big they are back here. Now, of course, that's probably been 15-20 years, but as they start to grow here, even at 12-15 feet high, they're going to really screen this field very nicely. So that is the plan. So we'll be filming that, of course, so stay tuned for that. The habitat project in April, that's when the trees are supposed to ship out. We also have Orchard Part 2 coming up. That'll be in March. I have 24 more trees coming. I have peach trees and pear trees coming. We're going to be extending off the orchard we planted last year, which is doing great. All the trees have seemed to have survived, so we'll see how they look after the winter. And we got all sorts of exciting stuff coming up. I'm going to be putting a food plot in where it drops down on the other side of this field. We're going to be trying to enhance some of the other old fields that go down to my wood line and just create some nice cover leading up to the food plots and leading down to the woods so that we could try to bring more big mature bucks and more predictable movements to the food plots and back to bedding. We're probably going to do some stuff in the woods too. There's definitely some enhancements we could do in there to support bedding, travel corridors, stuff like that. So that's about it. But you can see how thick these fields are without planting anything. I mean, some of this stuff is approaching 5 foot tall. We've had some heavy winds and snow already. And I mean, once I get about 30 yards out, I can't really see. So even this cover alone, this is just your early successional growth, is providing some really nice cover. And I want to enhance that. So we'll continue doing that. We're just going to get a really good diversity of cover, food, bedding. Eventually, we're going to get one of those big mature bucks down. So, okay. Well, I'm going to stop rambling here and get back to work. I'm still after a big mature buck. I've passed on some younger bucks, 2-year-olds. I've seen a bunch of real young bucks, 1-year-olds, little 6 points and stuff like that. I'm still holding out for that big boy, and they're still showing up on camera, some of the big ones. So they're around. We're gonna see if we can keep the streak alive. 5 deer, 5 nice bucks in 3 years, and I'm gonna see if I can keep that going. So all right, thanks for watching, folks. Happy New Year. I am out. Peace.